Weavers of Light, Chapter 5. Billy Gets a Job. The next day, Billy decided to head out to Rattlesnake Ranch. Belach's kiva was deep under the ground there, and he wanted to look around and see if he could spot exactly where. Since James said that Cisco guy had caused a near fight at the council meeting, Billy needed an excuse to poke around. He woke up with a great idea. If he could convince Cisco to hire him, he could earn some money and check out the place as much as he wanted. When he got there, no one was around. A new construction trailer had been moved in, and a bulldozer with a backhoe sat on the cracked asphalt beside it. There had been a chain-link fence around Rattlesnake Ranch for years, but every kid knew how to get through it. Billy walked his bike around the back of the yard to one of the easier ways in, where rain runoff had carved a deep groove in the ground. Stashing his bike out of sight, Billy climbed under the fence and walked into the yard. The backhoe was parked near where Billy figured the kiva had to be located. Billy walked around admiring the machine. His brother was a mechanic in Cortez a few miles away, and occasionally had worked on dozers like the big yellow monster Cisco had. Last summer he had even let Billy drive one and work the back scoop. He wondered if the key was in it. Maybe he could, but no. If he was taking a spin on the dozer when Cisco drove up, there was no way he was going to get a job. He looked to the west and thought back to last night. He tried to place himself where they had stood. After a while he was sure. "This is it," he said to himself. "Right under here is the kiva." He heard a car coming, so he walked out to the middle of the yard. Standing between the gate and the trailer, he folded his arms across his chest, put a bored look on his face, and waited. As the car screeched to a halt outside the gate, Cisco jumped out, already yelling, "Hey, punk, get off my property. Just wait till I get in there. I'm going to beat the crap out of you and then call the cops." He had his key out and was trying to unlock the gate while continuing to scream at the top of his lungs. Billy just smiled at him. "Good morning, Mr. Cisco. My name's Billy Fuller, and I need a job. I've figured out a few ways I might be able to help you. One is to show you how I got in. There's a bunch of ways that most folks around here know. So if you're keeping anything in that trailer you don't want people to see," he saw Cisco look at the trailer with alarm. Bingo, he thought. "I'm going to have to check out what he's hiding in there." Billy started to turn. "Of course, if you don't want to know, and you don't want to know how to get the poor folks, who are most of the people in the county, to come out and support you when the council votes, then I guess I'll be on my way." "Hold on, kid," Cisco called. Billy turned back and shook his head. "I'm not just a kid. I'm a bad kid. Everybody knows it. I know how to keep vandals out because I'm experienced at vandalizing. Plus, I hear you've been having some problems getting your project approved at the council. I can help there, too. I can get the poor folks to support you because I am one of them. I know all the rowdies in the county, and I know how to reach them." Cisco grinned and shook his head. "You are one messed up kid." Billy nodded. He thought, "Perfect. This guy thinks I'm stupid trash. Now to give him a chance to take advantage of a poor kid." He put on a sad face and said, "And I really need money. I got to pay for a math book I trashed, and I got to pay for food since my ma split town for a while." He put a bit of pleading in his voice, knowing it would tell a sleaze like Cisco he could be had for cheap. "I'll work hard. I figure I'm worth at least $10 an hour." Cisco widened his eyes and looked shocked. $10 an hour? That's way too high." "You'd have said the same thing if I had asked for $2, thought Billy. Out loud he said, "I know the people. I can do what others can't. I can go all over the county and talk to people and get them to the next meeting to root for you." Cisco kept shaking his head. "I'll tell you what, kid. I'll pay you $5 an hour, cash. Take it or leave it." Billy looked like he was going to cry. "Only 5? I'll have to work for you for weeks to pay off that book. How about 7? Cisco finally unlocked the gate and pulled it open. "Nope," he said, moving in to get his car. "5 is all you get. Either take it or get off my property." Billy smiled to himself and thought, "I knew he'd go for it. Guys like that can never help taking candy from a kid." Remembering to look sad, he nodded his head. "Okay, you win. But I got to get paid every day. I need money for food." "No problem. From 10 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon every day here, working where I can see you." Billy worked it looking horrified. "But I figured I'd spend the mornings going around the county and talking to people and coming up with a plan to get your proposal." Cisco interrupted. "I ain't paying you to talk or think. I do that just fine. If you come up with a plan while you're pulling nails and cleaning salvage from the old building, we can talk about what it's worth." Cisco grinned, certain he had won. "Take it or leave it, kid." Billy looked very sad and sighed deeply. "I got to pay for that book or my mom will pound me when she gets back, so I'll take it." Cisco got in his car and started into the yard. He rolled down the window when he got up to Billy. "I'm doing you a favor, kid. I hope you appreciate it." Billy tried to look grateful. "Oh, I do. Thank you, Mr. Cisco. Be back here tomorrow at 10, ready to work. Don't plan on lazing around. I got a big, mean guy named Matt who will be making sure you don't rip me off." "Yes, sir. Thanks a lot. Now get out of here. I got things to do." He climbed out of his car and didn't give Billy another glance as he climbed the steps to the office, unlocked it, and stepped inside. A minute later, lights came on and the air conditioner kicked in. Billy slipped back under the fence, grabbed his bike, and headed home grinning. "I'll pay off that book in the first week. After that, it's gravy. More important," he added in, "he's got something in that trailer. I'm going to figure out how to get a look. I'll just act stupid for a while. He'll get sloppy. When he gets sloppy, I'll be waiting." And that's the end of Chapter 5.